I forgot that I don't have to do that because I don't have a microphone. G'day team, it's Chris speaking. Welcome back. Today we are going to do my 2 years, that's right, 2 years on testosterone video. I don't have my mic on and I do live on a main road, so if you hear some truck-like noises, that's exactly what you're hearing. It is trucks. So I had a quick look through my 1 year on testosterone and my 18-month on testosterone videos to have a look at what sort of things I was talking about then to bring it across to now. So I think I am just going to go head to toe and go through the physical changes that have happened on testosterone for me over the last 2 years. And at the end, I'll pop some pictures up. To be completely honest with you, I have not taken a whole lot of photos documenting my transition from about the 15-month mark on testosterone. It's just sort of been photos of my everyday life because personally I don't think that much has changed, but we'll get to that in the video. So starting with my head. My hairline over the last 2 years has definitely thinned out. I can't say that I've noticed too much receding happening at the moment, but my hair got a lot thinner on testosterone than it was pre-T. That really started coming into effect probably between the 12 and 18-month mark on testosterone. I really noticed that hair was falling out. I could see my scalp when I was washing my hair and whatnot, and then I went to the doctor and I got put on finasteride, and I've been on finasteride now for about 3.5 months, and you'll have an update video on finasteride coming out very shortly. Eyebrows haven't really changed from the 12-month mark. We did get very bushy. I had thick eyebrows anyway, and I do notice that my monobrow is unfortunately still a thing. Just have to pluck more often there. Doesn't bother me too much, to be honest. Facial hair really started coming in between the 12 and the 18th month mark. I said in a previous video that I wasn't too worried about helping it along its way. I'm sort of happy to let it do its thing, but if I get nice and close to you, I do have a bit of a chin strap happening. I did tidy it up today. So when that gets bushy, it is noticeable. I tend to keep it quite trim because when it does get bushy, you can notice that it's very patchy as well. So still patchy, but coming in, I'm starting to get neck hairs come through as well, which probably need to be shaved as often as my cheeks. In my 1 year on testosterone video, I was shaving every 3 days. On my 18th month on testosterone video, I was shaving every 2, and that really hasn't changed. It's probably every 2 days that I do tidy up those little scraggly bits on my cheeks and on my neck. But I am finding now 2 years on testosterone, if I shave in the morning, I will feel hair there by the afternoon, which is still very surreal and gender affirming for me personally. I think I said in my my 1 year on testosterone video that I wasn't really sure how I would feel about facial hair, and now I love it. Now when I shave completely to exfoliate and I guess revitalize my skin there, it looks weird to me. It doesn't feel like it doesn't look like me in the mirror without some sort of facial hair, and I think a lot of transmasculine people can sort of relate to that once they start growing that hair. Now, coming down to my Adam's apple, which still doesn't exist. Thank you, testosterone lottery. Like I can feel it, but no one can really see it, which is fine. It's fine. We learn to live with it. I have Adam apple envy, and I will probably for the rest of my life. I haven't really gotten a whole lot broader in terms of structurally since the 1 year on testosterone video. I've gotten broader due to working out and putting on muscle. I do notice that from that 1 year on testosterone mark that I was putting on muscle easier. Now a lot of people seem to have that sooner than the 1 year mark. To be honest, I was quite unconcerned with, I guess, putting on a whole lot of muscle in the gym. And like I said, I wanted to do it slowly so it was more maintainable rather than putting on a whole heap very fast and then losing it very fast. Whereas I've just had basically 2 weeks off the gym, having a wedding, having a honeymoon, and going into lockdown basically as soon as we came back, and it hasn't affected my structure or my muscle mass too much, which is very good. So I find that metabolism is also faster now at the 2 year mark, and I'm able to basically shift back to my normal weight range. At the moment is probably around that 78 kilo mark, 78 to 82 kilo, whereas pre-T I was sitting at about the 68 to 70 kilo mark. 72 when I was a little bit heavier pre-testosterone, and now we've basically over the last 2 years put on and maintained about 10 kilos. So one thing I will say about up here, mainly on my back, is I have had a breakout of back knee with all the little hairs coming across. So that's been really bad the last couple of weeks. Thankfully for my wedding it stayed away from my face so much, but I am getting a lot of acne on my back at the moment, and that's only really happened the last, I'd say, few months. I have had bouts of it, but this last sort of, I guess, stretch of time seems to have been the worst. Coming down to my chest, so again, muscle, just stuff that I've built up, which is fine. I'm now 14 months post-op top surgery, so that's not going to change. That's what they look like from the sides. I did do a 1 year update on my post-op, which I'll pop up the top. In terms of hair, now you can't see it from the distance that you're at, so I apologise, you're going to get nice and close again to my chest hair. It's basically just this little tuft there, but you can see that the hairs are starting, probably better on this side actually, the hairs are starting to come through. And that's sort of been, again, the last from 18 months to now. I've noticed that a lot of little hairs are starting to creep up on my torso, and they're very light at the moment, but I suspect that they will darken over time. And then you've got my stomach. I've had a hairy stomach from the 1 year mark. In terms of fat redistribution, I've still got hips, unfortunately, but you can sort of see that the fat is coming up. From here, go this side. The fat has moved up a little bit and now sits in my gut. But yeah, still got hips. That's just part of the course, unfortunately. Still, the most dysphoric part of my body is my hips, but it is what it is, and everyone is beautiful in their own way, don't you forget it. When we go down to my bottom growth area, not a whole lot has changed. I've said time and time again on this channel that every couple of weeks I'll get like this pulsing that comes through my lower growth, and that still happens every couple of weeks. I'll get this pulsing. It's not painful, it's just, I know that it's there, and I know that something is happening. My bottom dysphoria over the past sort of year, now that I've, gotten back to a routine in the gym after top surgery, is probably more so than it was a year ago, but there are reasons for that. Just being that it's the next part of my body that my brain is focusing on. I still don't know if lower surgery is a goer for me at the moment. The answer is no, it's just going to do its thing. Mainly, don't have a whole lot of bottom dysphoria, unless it's a situation where I feel like people are looking, like the beach or the gym, and then in the bedroom as well, but they are manageable. It's not to the point where I can't live with not having something down there. Anyway, I digress. Down to my legs. My legs have gotten thicker. So on the thighs in particular, very hairy. Legs are fully haired up now. It's hairy down there, which is great. Personally, the more hair the better. Very gender affirming for me. Anytime I see new hairs darkening or getting thicker or whatever, I love it. I love hair growth. Ask me that in 10 years time, it may be a different story. I'm noticing on my arms as well, they're not new hairs, but they're definitely getting thicker and darker, which is amazing for me, not so much for my wife to be. I think I mentioned in the 12-month on testosterone video, ass hair. Man, ass hair. It has taken over my backside. So if you are not on testosterone yet, and you want to, be very, very aware that your butt is going to get covered in a little bit of peach fuzz, and in my case, a lot of peach fuzz. It's not peachy anymore. But it's hair. I love it. That's just me. Where was I? Legs. So with working out at the gym, muscle, again, a lot easier to put on my legs, and now that thickness is fortunately coming from muscle rather than fat. The fat from my thighs seems to have worked up into that stomach area, which I showed you before. Mental changes over the last, I guess, 6 months. And if you've seen the last couple of videos that I've put out, my brain's very much in that I don't really want to be trans, I just want to get on with my life sort of mindset. But in saying that, I'm a lot more comfortable in doing those things. I'm more comfortable going out and being read as a guy. My brain's just sort of opened up to this possibility that this is my life now, and I'm just Chris, and that's good. That's who I want to be, and it's not thinking every second of every day, oh, I'm trans, someone's going to clock me, or I'm worried about people who have known me previously. It's just a thing, and we move on. Anyway, that's basically ended a head to toe. If there's anything I missed that you want to know about, then do let me know in the comments below. I'm going to pop a little bit of a slideshow up from pre-T to basically now. It's not going to be super long, but if you want to check out those photos, you're more than welcome to. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of it, then click on my face, and I'll catch you next time. Okay. Bye.